OP. Okay. Wait, you're back to silver? Oh, you're Terran silver. What did you want with this, by the way? You can try to coach me for this. I think it wasn't bad at all, but maybe. Okay. All right. Let's see. So, first SCV, rally to the ramp because it gets there perfect time to make a depot. Like you're rallying your second one, it means you're gonna be supply blocked. First tip. Like, see, you're supply blocked to 15. Now your depot is 15 seconds late. The simple mistake right there. Let's see. See, you're spending this whole time not building SCVs, and it exponentially adds up because the early SCVs are very important. Okay. Gas immediately after barracks, and the barracks should be going down at like 46 seconds. This is all delayed because of your depot. Now, if you go double gas, this is indicating that you want to do a one base, and I don't know if that's what you want to do considering this game is 16 minutes long. He went pull first too for no reason either. Okay, 2 out of 3. Orbital immediately. No more SCVs. Orbital. As soon as your barracks finishes. Orbital, orbital, orbital. Only take 1 gas if you are going to go 2 CC. Your second CC is at the perfectly normal timing, but you should also have an orbital with it, which should tell you how behind you are. Why is he? I don't know why he's going for 2 gas either. Okay, factory, that's fine, but your reactor should be like your factory and your reactor factory. You should be swapping over at 240. Your factory's barely started. It's already 225, and your okay. At least you realized that mistake and went reactor. I figured you wanted to go Hellions. Now, because there's no point in having 4 on gas, right? Like you're mining 1 extra. Then you're mining 1 extra CV than just having 1 gas, but yet you spent 75 extra minerals on it. You haven't dropped a mule yet. Your economy is just severely behind compared to what it should be. Orbital on your natural as well. Immediately. Just stop looking at this Reaper. Stop looking at this. Like, you know what? Eryo, stop building a Reaper. I don't want you to ever build a Reaper anymore, okay? Like, you have looked at this guy, and you have 770 minerals. How high are we going to get? You're still clicking him around. 800. You built 2 Marines just now. 800. 900. 900 minerals looking at 1 Reaper. You haven't started your second orbital. You just now finally started an SCV after about 30 seconds. You haven't swapped over to build Hellions. You haven't built a starport. Like, this Reaper has put you more behind than him Ravager rushing you would have in the game. And you still lost it, didn't get any value done, right? Like, it was literally no value. So, very important that you do not let, the whole goal of the game is to have the first 5 minutes mastered. You master the first 5 minutes, the rest starts to come smoothly. So the first 5 minutes should be completely 100% focused on macro. Bunker going down for no reason. You haven't scouted anything that determines, that would suggest you need a bunker. Best thing you can do, I don't mind the half wall, but you're doing it a little too early. You make them as you need the depots. You're still building SCVs out of a command center that's not an orbital. Okay, you're going up to 5 barracks. 5 barracks on 2 bases is fine, but you should be noticing, at least you're spending your money, but 5 barracks at this timing is usually the 2 base all-in timing. So it's like, had you been macroing properly, you would not have had the money for a third command center. Him, I'm assuming, soon. Nope, combat shields first. I don't mind it. I don't mind it either way. I like combat shields, so I'm okay if you just get combat shields, you know? Alright. 4 racks can we get me up? You made 2 medevacs. I really hope you don't load them up. Okay, so you didn't even have enough Marines to load up 1 medevac. So the best thing to do is just leave the second medevac at home, load up 1, and go if you're going to do that. But I'd rather you not drop because you saw how much you floated microing that Reaper, correct? So I imagine the float is going to be atrocious microing this drop. At least you go back to mining. It's the best way to do that, by the way, is to left shift, right click them back to the minerals. That way they don't just sit there after they build stuff. Okay, so you want to build a lot of Marines. I respect that. So at least you're building SCVs, but you finally have an orbital on your natural, but it's so late. You built this bunker. You haven't put anything in this bunker. He could kill everything in your natural. Okay. He's planning on bailing busting you, I'm assuming. As soon as you go in his base, I guarantee he comes back, though. All army back. right? No, he goes. Okay, so this prompts him to attack, which I don't mind from him. This brings you all the way back. What the fuck? Okay, well, you held the Baneling bus considering you didn't kill your wall. The worker count is still about even, so you're fine. You have 3 command centers. The guy has no drones, and he's just going to keep doing the same thing over and over. So I really wish you would have started Stim at some point. You haven't. He could be making 1 billion more Banelings than just 3, but a Hydrogen is his choice. I like the fact that you're still trying to produce. Put that Widow Mine down here. Not a bad idea. And you see that there's a lot of Lings. So I like the fact that you're building Widow Mines, but I would love to see a Siege Tank off of that Tech Lab and probably a Liberator. You're very supply blocked. So you never want to panic build like 9 depots. You don't have the production to afford 9 depot. Like, you don't have the income to afford your production with the depots, the 7 depots doesn't make much sense because you're spending all of your money. The reason you have so much money is because you're supply blocked, and so you're spending all of your money on depots, and then you won't have any money for production. Like, you have 9 workers mining minerals right now with no mules being dropped. So your income is atrocious at the moment. So you need to start thinking about what you're prioritizing in your head, if that makes any sense. So dropping, not the play here. The play, you need to create a standing army to just kill him. You're still ahead of him on supply, and all he's doing is spending drones on useless things. He only has 16 mineral mining drones. If you dropped 3 mules total, you would have the equivalent of his entire mineral economy. But yet, you have access to almost 5 mules right now, plus 16 guys you could put on minerals, and more production than he does. So there's just no reason to do this drop. None at all. So I'm assuming you killed all his Banelings. Yeah, surprisingly enough, you did. So you haven't really been producing. Now is not necessarily like until you get an economy established. There you go, Mulehammer. Now your income's gonna be increasing, but I would like to see you actually make workers. Like, you haven't built a worker in like 3.5 minutes. So the fact that your Terran is carrying it through a little bit right now, dropping Banelings coming. Cleaning up that drop, that's fine. Supply's still even. I don't even care. I'm glad you at least weren't, like, looking at it. He is macroed up a little bit, which means you should be doing the same. Third's not landed. Like, you have it should bother you. It should bother you in your head that you have 0 word SCVs on this. Yeah. Okay, you queue up. Wait, yeah. How many did you queue up? You queue up 10? Nice. Well, at least still have 10 workers. Like, I don't necessarily mind the queue up. You need to get stem at some point. I don't think... Oh, you do have stem. Okay. I would like to see you stem. There we go. Wrecking all the hydras. But you can't, like... Floating 800 minerals is never worth the stutter step, man. It's never, like... It's cool and it's fun to do. But it's like... You would have held this with flying colors and just demolished him had you paid attention to your macro early on in the game. If that makes any sense. You're dropping the mules. They're mining for you. You've built at least a couple workers. At least 10, because you queued up 10, and the 10 just finished. Have to be supply blocked again. Your third has been chilling, just gaining energy in the air forever. Right now, you should be thinking about attacking at some point. What's up, Opium? What's up, dude? So, you're going to attack him, and I want to point this out, that, like, especially at your level, you need to be trying to get to the point to where you can just A-move without looking at the army. Like, I know looking at the army is cool, but it's the biggest mistake that all Terran players make. They want to micro, and that's why you floated 900 minerals looking at your first Reaper. Like, it's just innate. Yeah, he is very supply blocked. So you crushed this, but the problem is you were gonna crush that anyways without looking at it, right? You were like, you didn't need to look at this fight to win it. Yet back at home, you're not making SCVs. You haven't started your armory for your 2-2. Your third's still not landed. And you haven't even decided on a different type of tech. There's no gasoline or natural. You haven't started extra depots in case you get supply blocked. Like, you see what I'm talking about? Like, there's a lot of micromanaging you need to do at home that you're not doing because you're looking at the fight. Yeah, you're gonna win. Clean looking base though. Yeah. He built his SimCity is looking pretty nice. There were, like, I just took a screenshot a minute ago of fucking... Here, I'll show you. I'll send you the screenshot I just took. Banelings. But all right. So that being said, just try not to focus on your army, like ever, until until you're able to stay under 1,000 minerals while you're fighting. Just try not to focus on it. Like, you know what? If you want a time to focus on your army, whenever you're maxed out at 200 supply, that's when you get the okay from me to look at your army. Like, whenever you are maxed out with good upgrades and things going on the way, that's when it's okay for you to look at it. At that point, you can watch the fight. You've done the work you've needed to. You've put in the hard work to get to 200. Now you get to watch the glory happen. Until then, yeah. Because you, like, yeah. I don't know how this game goes on for 4 more minutes. I don't believe you. There's no way you should lose this army. 700, 800, 900, 1,000. I don't know why you picked up there your, what's it called? You have 1-1. You would have absolutely crushed that with 4 medevacs worth of healing. You're still at 1,000 minerals, 1,100. There we go. You queued up 10 more. Like, the queuing isn't like really spending your money. Like, it is, but it isn't. You know. You haven't built a production round in a couple minutes. Sending a mine drop out, which is interesting, I guess. It's not, you don't need to do this. You're getting too fancy, man. You're getting way too fancy. Way too fancy. You have 1,400 minerals, double command center, still have 800. You're super supply blocked. You have the energy to call down supply. You need to start 2-2. You haven't been producing. The mine drop will be fun. You just walk them in. You don't even... Eryo, you've been supply blocked at 133 for so long. Look. The full... I just want to look at how long you were supply blocked for. You were supply blocked for 3 minutes and 17 seconds out of a 16-minute game. You were supply blocked for almost 1/4 of this entire game, man. And I know that bitch is yelling at you. She's like, additional supply depots required. And you just like, how do you just not care? Okay. Okay, you got 2 drones there. 3 drones there, and it looks like you got 0 here because it went to the extractor. So you got 5 drones, and you were floating 1,500 minerals. Like, it should trigger in your brain that it's an... Oh, he killed your 3rd? I didn't even see that. But, it should be a trigger in your brain when you have enough money to queue up 8 Marines on 5 separate Raxes. Nice. He just right into the orbital. Fog. You know what? It doesn't even matter. You can build 5 more of them. No cancels. See, there's no real point in coming home here either. Like, if he's killing your base, fuck it, dude. Go kill his base. So, what's you're still supply blocked at 118. With just the amount of like queue up you have, you could be like 140, 150 supply, but you're just supply blocked. You're back down to mining off of 7 workers on minerals, but you're focusing on the medevac in the main, man. Like, it's like you really need to start like thinking about what you're prioritizing in the game. Like, yeah, you're gonna win, but then again, that same principle, right? You don't even need to look at this fight. You don't even need to look at it. GG. Wow, no GG. What a doucher. Good win, but there was definitely a bunch of... I was lucky that he was bad. No, that's the whole point of the matchmaking system. You get put up against players that are as bad as you are or on your exact skill level. So, like, but we're trying to get you on that next level.